We are here, we are proud. We want the world to come to us and be a part of our hopes, of our dreams, of our new beginning. We will make a different start. We will now open up our door, a city like you've never seen before. Come feel the vibrance, come hear us shout. Experience magic, come to the south. With one proud city we welcome you. What you've been looking for, we have it too. With our commitment, we want you to know that we are here and we're about to show that Naga smiles to the world. 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 Naga smiles. Naga smiles to the world.
Ang Naga Ngonian, mas pinakusog, mas pinahiwas na pagbabareta kan mga programa kan sa tuyang gobyerno lokal. Manlain-lain na mga kaaraman manungod sa satong syudad. Ang Naga Ngonian, kada Sabado tuyo alas 9:30 ning pagkaaga, kaiba sinda kakampi Alan Riondanga asin kakampi Nick Motos. Ang Naga Ngonian. The Mayoral Award 2014.
Thank you very much, Naga City Hall Chorale. At this point, we'd like to call on the chairperson of the Mayoral Awards Committee 2014 to deliver his opening remarks. Let's all welcome Mr. Jose V. Baramedo Jr.
Maria Leonor Santo Tomas Herona Robredo, Honorable City Mayor John C. Bungat, Naga City's fairest lady of the fair, Farah Bungat, Vice Mayor Nelson Legacion, the members, the honorable members of the Ngonian Panglungsod of Naga, the mayoral awardees, friends, ladies and gentlemen. As we mark the 66th Naga City Charter anniversary today, the city likewise takes this historic occasion to give special cognizance and commendation to individuals and entities that constitute the recipients of this year's 2014 Mayoral Awards. Certain established rules annually published define the criteria for the choice for Naga's best. Nonetheless, the search for the awardees was rigorous and widespread. It included nominations from different disciplines, professions, and occupations. The awardees' virtue in common being excellence, and their accomplishments and achievements and active engagement with society, ultimately bringing honor and prestige to our beloved Naga City and maugmang Naga. In behalf of the members of the Mayoral Awards Committee for 2014, I bid each and everyone a good day and extend to all the invitation to accord our awardees the full warmth that our storied and cultured city is renowned for and universally acknowledged. Diyos mabalos, asin mabuhay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jose Barameda. Now, please welcome the City Mayor of Naga, the Honorable John G. Bongat, for his message.
Today's honorees and awardees, Congresswoman Lenny Robredo, Vice Mayor Nelson Legacion, and members of the City Council, our guest of honor, Engineer Honesto C. General, my wife Farah, distinguished members of the Mayoral Awards Committee, chaired by Mr. Jose Barameda, or Jobar for short, esteemed guests, my fellow Nagueños, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Maray na hapon po sa Satuya Gabus. 66 years ago today, Naga as a chartered city was born. Today, we celebrate life. Life of a proud city made even prouder by its people. And because of the Nagueño, a great city continues to live in the heart of Bicolandia. For us to feel the significance of our birth as a chartered city, please allow me to give some bits of our city's proud history that has led this city and maugmang lugar to greater heights. On April 9, 1945, a composite force of local guerrillas attacked the Japanese garrisons in Tabuco and Ateneo de Naga. Heavy fighting ensued within the area, covering today's Magsaysay Avenue, Dayangdang, Blumentritt, where a young, brave officer named Lieutenant Delfin Rosales lunged forward to be felled by sniper bullets as he attempted to bring to safety a wounded fellow guerrilla. The battle to liberate Naga took 3 days, from April 9 to April 12, 1945. That finally led the Japanese to withdraw. When the Americans entered Naga, the Japanese foes have long gone. 3 years hence, on June 18, 1948, when the ashes of war had virtually settled with the rebirth of a city, President Elpidio Quirino signed into law House Bill 1255, which was sponsored by Representative Juan Q. Miranda, the commander of the liberation of Naga. This became Republic Act 305, which formally declared Naga as a chartered city, one of the original few in the country. On December 15, 1948, a former guerrilla officer, Leon Sa Aureus, was appointed the first mayor of Naga as a chartered city. Fast forward, a young man caught the nation's imagination as Naga City Mayor Jesse M. Robredo, against all odds, changed the city's socio-political landscape. Accordingly, he was bestowed the prestigious Ramon Magsaysay Award, among many others, for his innovative governance that sought to empower the people as part of the development process. It was indeed a revolutionary idea at a time when graft and corruption and apathy were all over the place, that blazed the path towards transparency, predictability, and accountability as components of good governance. But as fate would have it, the life of this visionary leader was cut short, but not in vain, of course. His legacy lives on and continues to endure because he taught those whose lives he touched to always aim higher, to perform and lead by example. For all this, we thank him and the people of Naga. And of course, the great people I mentioned earlier for carving out a great future for our city and its people. Today, on our 66th Charter Anniversary, we take time once again to rekindle our glorious past as we celebrate the gains we are enjoying now. As we move on together to secure a brighter future. It is on this special day that we are also honoring our outstanding citizens who have done their share in making Naga a city that we want it to be. Proud, happy, peaceful, dynamic, and full of prosperity. In the most appropriate and yet simple manner, therefore, these men and women will today be conferred the honors that bear our beloved heroes' names: Miranda, Aureus, Rosales, Robredo. This year's awardees, as were those in the past years, are the men and women who will carry on the torch towards our future and the legacy that our great men have lived and died for. They are here with us on this very important day to celebrate the true brilliance and pride of being an Nagueño. Naga will not be what it is today if not for the inspiring lives of ordinary men doing extraordinary things. To the awardees, congratulations. You made our day. Happy anniversary.
Thank you very much, Mayor John G. Bongat. It is now time to confer the mayoral recognitions. The award is being given to individuals and or groups that brought singular honor, recognition, and positive impact to Naga City by the award given to the nominee on the national or international level within the calendar year 2013. To present the award, we'd like to call on once again Honorable Mayor John Bongat and Honorable Vice Mayor Nelson S. Legacion. This mayoral recognition is hereby given to Mr. Aloysius Francis M. Brasnan for being the grand champion of the first Voice of Asia speech competition, which brought Naga to a higher level of international public speaking contests and inspired his fellow students to hone their talents and skills with strong determination and hard work so that they can become more articulate in charting the course of our nation. This Mayoral recognition is given to our awardee for placing 8th in the Medical Technologist's Licensure Examination given last March 2013, thereby bringing pride and honor to the city of Naga, even as he promises to accomplish more in the service of his fellow Nagaños. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gerson Mark G. Cortez. For her drive and commendable qualities as an honors student, student leader, and youth organizer, few of the reasons why she was selected as one of the 10 awardees in last year's Search for Jose Rizal Model Student of the Philippines, thereby bringing honor, pride, and prestige not only to her school, but also to her beloved city. This mayoral recognition is given to Miss Jacqueline Megan Velarde Eliazar. For placing 4th in the licensure examination for geodetic engineers given last September 2013, which proves once more that Naga City indeed is a wellspring of quality education. Such impressive achievement ensures our community's bright future because of brilliant and persistent people like her. This mayoral recognition is given to Ms. Maricel Chua Macaraig. For her dedication in the performance of her duties as Program Supervisor of DepEd Naga's Alternative Learning System, her superior competence and expertise as a community educator has been highlighted since she won the 2008 Metro Bank Foundation Outstanding Teacher of the Philippines Award, and followed by the Pag-asa Award of 2013, Search for Outstanding Public Official, given to her and by extension to the place where she works and comes from, which is, of course, Naga City. Ladies and gentlemen, this mayoral award or mayoral recognition is given to Ms. Lynn Zuniga Padillo. For placing 9th in the nursing licensure examination given last June 2013, which undeniably brought honor and pride to the city of her birth, proving once more that the city of Naga is truly a center for quality education. This mayoral recognition is given to Ms. Arnica May Remoquillo. For her outstanding achievements in the field of sports, underscored by her joining the Prime Gymnastics International Invitational held in Singapore in October 2013, where she won gold in single bar and 1 silver medal each in beam and individual all-around categories. Such triumphs were received with so much pride and jubilation by her fellow Nagaños, who were impressed by her excellent performance. Ladies and gentlemen, this mayoral recognition is given to Ms. Hannah Lalaine Rosin. For placing fourth in the physician licensure examination given last August 2013, his superior credentials and impressive academic accomplishments are a great source of pride for a city whose real strength comes from the people who vow to put into use their acquired profession, talents, and skills in the service of their fellow men. This mayoral recognition is given to Dr. Timothy L. Panglisay. For her winning first prize in the 2013 National Search for Most Outstanding Special Education Teacher for Children with Hearing Impairment last November 2013, which gained national attention. Her finding extra time to conduct sign language lessons to those parents of those impaired, caregivers, deaf advocates, and fellow teachers makes it even more helpful to increase their level of awareness on deaf concerns and for them to be able to enter and understand better the world of the deaf. Ladies and gentlemen, this mayoral recognition is given to Ms. Cyril Amoroso Vivo. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to all our mayoral awardees. Thank you, Mayor John and Vice Mayor Nelson. It is now time for us to present the Lieutenant Delphine Rosales Commemorative Medal. Launched this year, this award is named after the young brave soldier, Lieutenant Delphine C. Rosales, who plunged into a hail of bullets fired by Japanese soldiers to save a wounded comrade. This award is conferred on Nagaños or Nagañas for extraordinary acts of heroism, valor, and civic duty, including acts of honesty worth emulating. May we request the Honorable John G. Bongat to give the commemorative medal to the descendants of Lieutenant Delphine Rosales. I would like to request the descendants of Lieutenant Delphine Rosales to come on stage and accept the commemorative medal. I'd also like to request Honorable Vice Mayor Nelson Legacion to join us on stage. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to the descendants of Lieutenant Delphine Rosales. It is now time to confer the Lieutenant Delphine C. Rosales Award. Once again, to present the awards, Mayor John Bongat and Dr. Delphine Rosales. and Vice Mayor Nelson Legacion. Would like to call on Dr. Delphine Rosales. Please help us in conferring the Lieutenant Delphine Rosales Award. Ladies and gentlemen, our first awardee for demonstrating once more his natural character as an honest and law-abiding citizen by returning to its rightful owner a wallet left in his tricycle which contained cash and checks amounting to over 500,000 pesos. An act that he also did a few years ago when he returned an attaché case left by another passenger that contained more cash and valuable. This Lieutenant Delphine Rosales Award is hereby given to Mr. Aldrex G. Estanislao. Ladies and gentlemen, our next awardee for making us proud by returning a wallet containing cash and important documents left by a passenger in his tricycle. An act worth emulating in these times of want and rising materialism. This act of honesty makes us all feel confident that our nation still have a greater choice, or chance that is, because of the kind of righteous and trustworthy people that Naga has. Ladies and gentlemen, this Lieutenant Delphine Rosales Award is hereby given to Mr. Jason D. Federes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to our Lieutenant Delphine Rosales awardees. It is now time to confer the Jesse M. Robredo Youth Award. Introduced in 2013, this award is named after the former Naga City Mayor and Interior and Local Government Secretary, who is widely hailed as a servant leader. The award recognizes the Nagueño youth, individual or group, who strives and perseveres in living the Chinelas type of leadership and type of governance that the dynamic and charismatic mayor had been widely known for. To present the award once again, Mayor John Bongat, Honorable Vice Mayor Nelson Legacion, and of course, our Congresswoman of the 3rd District, Honorable Maria Leonor Herona Robredo. For their youthful idealism and laudable tenacity in promoting positive social change by making their hands full with various volunteer works that include engaging in areas of shelter and sanitation, education, and environment for the greater welfare of the community. The Jesse M. Robredo Youth Award is hereby given to Ateneo Sarongbangi Junior Eagles. Our next awardee for reaping medals and bringing honor and glory to the city in the field of amateur sports since she was 8 years old by competing and winning medals in various gymnastics competitions here and abroad. particularly in the 10th Singapore Gymnastics Open last July 2013. This Jesse M. Robredo Youth Award is presented to Ms. Monica May Mendrique Montero. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to our Jesse M. Robredo Youth Awardees. Thank you very much, Mayor John, Congresswoman Lenny Robredo, and of course, Vice Mayor Nelson Legacion. Ladies and gentlemen, to introduce our guest speaker for this afternoon. Once again, we'd like to call on Vice Mayor Nelson Legacion.
Our guest speaker this afternoon is a young gentleman in disposition and in outlook in life. He was born in Naga 88 years ago, just a day after Valentine's Day. To give you some throwback to the old Naga, he graduated valedictorian at the primary school of the Boys Department of the then Colegio de Santa Isabel. For his intermediate grade, he graduated at the top of his class at the then Camarines Sur Catholic Academy, which is now the Naga Parochial School. Its high school became the Ateneo de Naga, where he again graduated valedictorian. He went to Manila to become a mechanical engineer. He graduated from the National University when that college was then the country's top engineering institution. How he became an excellent and well-read columnist of the Philippine Daily Inquirer and a very successful insurance broker will be a mystery untold this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you our distinguished guest speaker, Engineer Honesto C. General.
Good afternoon. I'm 88 years old, which proved that ang sinasabi nila, ang mamabubuot lang daan ng kakairinot. Kaya kamu, haluy pa kamo. One thing about being born in Naga, you never get rid of being a son of Naga. You always remember Naga. Now, where Naga and Legazpi were the first chartered cities after the war. When the war ended, there were only two cities in Manila, in the Philippines, Manila and Cebu. Then in 1948, Senator Madrigal at the Senate, and I think Congressman Miranda at the House, had a bill passed making Naga and Legazpi the first chartered cities outside Manila and Cebu after the war. Nowadays, it's not every big town is now a city. But the first chartered cities in the Philippines after the war were Naga and Legazpi. Now, Naga is, well, we have to look at Bicol instead of just Naga. Bicol, ang Kabikulan, is such an important part of Philippine history. First, the first mass ever said on the island of Luzon was in Sorsogon. That was the first mass ever said in the island of Luzon. Now, so that as the years went on, Naga became a religious center, and later on, the business center of Bicol. Let's talk about, for instance, the cathedral. The cathedral in Naga is one of the biggest cathedrals in the country. There used to be a big choir loft, choir loft with a huge pipe organ. Today, I'm sorry to say, the choir loft is gone and the pipe organ is gone. But the cathedral is a landmark in Philippine history. So it's not only that Naga is a religious center, because it is. Do you know that there was a time when the Archbishop of Naga was in effect the something like auxiliary bishop of Manila? If the Archbishop of Manila was out of the country, it's the Archbishop in Naga that takes over, that took over. So it was not only just, the country is not just a religious center, later on became the educational center. Today, for instance, as an educational center, do you know that there are 146 schools in Naga, including a nautical school? When I was in 1939, when I graduated from Camarines Catholic Academy and Ateneo de Naga was organized, there were only what? Colegio de Santa Isabel, Ateneo, Camarines Catholic, and then Ateneo. Then there was this Anglo-Chinese school. Is that still around? Wala na, ano? Anglo-Chinese school was a school that taught Bicolanos Chinese. So, kadto, pag sinabi mong kolehiyo, that's Colegio de Santa Isabel. Pag sinabi mong central, that's a Central Elementary School. Pag sinabi mong high school, that's the Camarines High School. Pag sinabi mong trade, that's the Camarines Trade School. That was before Ateneo de Naga and the foundation and so on and so on. But we've always had a very strong educational system. Even the seminary, think about it. How many bishops have come out of the seminary of Naga? And how many cardinals? Cardinal Sanchez, the late Cardinal Sanchez, was a product of the Naga Seminary. So, if you are in Naga, you now enjoy a lot of things that we didn't have enjoyed before. Well, mayroon na ngayon mga mall. So, but the most, Father James O'Brien, who stayed 15 years in Ateneo de Naga and learned to speak Bicolano fluently, so that he delivered his homily in perfect Bicolano. He always said that the Irish and the Bicolanos are cousins, because they both share the same traits. Like, for instance, um, the Bicolanos are very strong in extended family ties. Kita basta partidaryo ka, partidaryo ka. There's no such thing as a distant cousin sa Bicolano. That's the same in Irish. Also, the Irish and the Bicolano share an excellent sense of humor. And finally, a fervent devotion to the Virgin Mary. That is why Father O'Brien used to say that the Irish and the Bicolanos are cousins. Now, when I took up, you mentioned I took up mechanical engineering. There were only 4 schools I could go to in 1947. UP, UST, Mapua, and NU. Today, our education, today here in Bicol, you could get your mechanical engineering degree. In fact, when was recently, the top notcher of the mechanical engineering exams was from a small engineering school in Donsol, Sorsogon. So, there's another thing about the Bicolanos. We talk English. Just like the Philippines is actually the 3rd largest English-speaking country in the world, next only to the US and the UK. Everybody talks English in the Philippines, but especially in Naga, because of our educational system. So I'm very happy to be here today and to share this with you. And how many minutes do I have? And this is the first time I've been up here. That's another thing. It used to be sentro lang. Ang sentro. Basta sentro. You want anything done, you want to buy anything, you go to sentro. Today, may sentro pa man, pero iba na. Mas pagkakabanggi, sarado na ang sentro. Bako. So I'm very happy to be here and to share it with you. I'm sorry I was supposed to come here yesterday, but I missed the plane. I was solving a crossword puzzle when they called my flight. So, if there's any question you want to ask, I'll be. I seldom come to Naga now, principally because I'm 88 years old, mayo na siyang mga barkada ko. Ang mga mabubuot lang nagkakairinot. Yun, maglalakaw lang ako sa sitro, maano akong pamidbid. Mayo na nakakamidbid sa ko. But iba yung Bicolano talaga. I've been all over in the States, and iba talaga pag ang Bicolano. We are highly educated, highly religious, an excellent sense of humor. So, if there's anything else you want to know. Eh, you look at this. In the Spanish times, the municipio was there. See, during Spanish times, there were only two institutions: the government and the church. And always the church and the gobyerno magkatabihan o magkatubangan. Yeah, in Spanish times, yung munisipyo nandyan sa may Plaza Rizal, hindi gobyerno siya on the other side, the government. Nandun din yung provincial jail. then the church, the cathedral, when the cathedral was rebuilt, that's where they put it, where it is now, and the seminary. Kaya, the Colegio, for instance, is the oldest normal school in the Far East. Do you know that? The oldest teachers' school in the Far East is Colegio de Santa Isabel. Now, Universidad de Santa Isabel. Yeah, because Father Bunuan made the University of Ateneo de Naga ahead of Santa Isabel. Nakariribo ka mga madre. Nainutan sinda. alam mo na ba yung mga iswita? There are three things that even God does not know. Did you know what it is? There are three things that even God does not know. One, even God does not know how much money the poor Franciscans have. Two, even God does not know how many congregations of nuns are there in the world. And three, even God does not know how the Jesuits are thinking. Mga sister, mga sutil. You know that the Jesuit general used to be called the Black Pope because he was based in Rome, but he had so much influence that they used to call him the Black Pope. Because the Saint Ignatius of Loyola, Saint Ignatius who founded the order was an army man. So he organized the Jesuit as an army. Kaya yung top Jesuit is general, Jesuit general. Now, in 1939, the Camarines Catholic Academy was the only Catholic school for high school for boys in Naga. In fact, I think it's in that Camarines Sur. When Archbishop Santos when Pedro Santos became the Archbishop of Naga, he decided to bring Jesuit education to Naga because he studied under the Jesuits. So in 1939, when we finished in April 1939, we were told in Camarines Catholic Academy that the following school year will be different already. It will now be Ateneo de Naga. And so the Jesuits came, mga Amerikano, and they introduced basketball, because at that time, in the seminario, the game was football, soccer. But the Americans introduced basketball. Then they introduced the rosary. Before classes, yung Ateneo de Naga started where the parochial is now. So at the back was a basketball court, at the back of the cathedral. And we would gather there before classes, and we would pray the rosary in public. And we were encouraged to pray the rosary. And then when the new buildings in Ateneo were built, dumating ang Hapon. And we were told that unless otherwise allowed, we would report January 1940 to the new campus of Ateneo. But that didn't happen because we were occupied by the Japanese. And so we were occupied for 4 years. I didn't go to school for the 4 years. And so when I finished in 1947, I was already 19 years old. And I didn't want to then to take 4 years in college. I graduated, I was already 23. So I'm very honored and happy that you invited me here to say a few words. What I mean, a few words. And so I now live in Parañaque, in Merville. I used to live in Makati, but now I live in... Ah. Oh. Now I live in Merville, and I seldom come here to Naga, which is very sad for me because I've always enjoyed coming back to Naga. But when I go lakaw-lakaw sa sentro, maayon na nakakamidbid sa kuya, maayon na akong kamidbid. So, but I'm deeply honored to be here really today. I'm sorry I couldn't come yesterday. I missed my plane. I should have come yesterday. So, if there's anything you want to know, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ernesto General, for the very uplifting message / press conference and stand-up comedy act. Maraming salamat po. With that, may we request the Honorable John Bongat and Vice Mayor Nelson Legacion for the presentation of the Certificate of Appreciation to our distinguished guest. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to our guest speaker, Mr. Ernesto General. Thank you, Mayor John and Vice Mayor Nelson Legacion. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to confer the Leon S.A. Arias Award. The second highest award is named in honor of the first mayor of Naga. As a chartered city, appointed by President Quirino, he accepted the gargantuan task of governing and rehabilitating the city from the ravages of World War II, where Arias served as Commander Miranda's executive officer and the highest ranking officer of the Tangkong Vaca guerrilla unit. Once again, to present the award, Honorable John G. Bongat and Vice Mayor Nelson Legacion. I would also like to call on Mr. Danny Arias. Ladies and gentlemen, for pioneering the movie entertainment business in Bicol and becoming part of Naga's progression as a trading, leisure, and cultural hub since the 1920s, when the couple Victor and Emily Bichara first set foot here and died here and passed on to their children and grandchildren their legacy of good business sense, combined with acts of community involvement, kindness, and charity. The Leon S.A. Arias Award is presented to Victor Bichara and Sons Incorporated. For bringing honor to the city of her birth by delivering first-rate acting in film and continuously honing her craft towards memorable classic pieces as a stage actress. Her character study is the most creative stage, for it is where she seeks the history, the circumstances, the thoughts, feelings, and ultimately the soul of the character that she portrays. Acting based on truth, she believes resonates and reaches the heart of the viewer. Ladies and gentlemen, the Leon S.A. Arias Award is hereby presented to Maria Charmaine Centenera Buencamino. For spending most of her time and attention to persons with disabilities or PWDs, especially those orthopedically challenged, not only here in Naga City but across the country. By mainstreaming the PWDs with the provision and assistance of mobility devices, she is giving the marginalized sector a fighting chance to live with dignity and decency. The Leon S.A. Arias Award is given to Josephine Robredo Bundok, M.D. For her strength and enterprising spirit that despite her physical disability, she transformed herself into a successful micro-entrepreneur with a big heart, as she still finds time to initiate a feeding program for poor preschool children and lead in attending to the needs of those similarly physically challenged by helping organize them into a single and unified federation so that they may become more productive partners in community development. The Leon S.A. Arias Award is hereby given to Ms. Fe Buangin Carranza. For her superior intelligence and expertise in the disciplines of economics and applied social anthropology, through which she raises a gender awareness and development to a new level by supporting such advocacy with field research and strong advocacy. In her lectures, one learns about the dual role of women in development. They work outside and are expected to contribute to the household expenses, but when they come home from work, they're expected to still work as mothers and wives. Ladies and gentlemen, the Leon S.A. Arias Award is given to Miss Jean Francis I. Ilio. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to our Leon S.A. Arias awardees. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to confer the Juan Q. Miranda Award. The Distinguished Mayoral Award is the city's highest award, named after the father of the city charter of Naga. As member of the House of Representatives of the Philippines, representing the then district, the first district of Camarines Sur, shortly after the war, Representative Miranda authored House Bill 1255, which was signed and enacted as Republic Act number 305 by then President Elpidio Quirino on June 18, 1948. To present the award, we'd like to call on Honorable John G. Bongat, Vice Mayor Nelson Legacion, and Miss Queen Marie Conchita Miranda. Ladies and gentlemen, for being a contributor to the flowering of the Bicol language through the publication and distribution of various literatures such as Novena, Devotion, Corridor, Comedias, Prayers, and literary pieces, all written in Bicol, wherein in the continuing debates about languages, dialects, and regional identities, one cannot ignore the presence and impact of this humble publication house, which through the years since its establishment in 1949 has become a cultural and historical icon that, like our heritage, should be nurtured and preserved for more enlightened generations to come. Ladies and gentlemen, the Juan Q. Miranda Award is given to VCA Cecilio Printing Press. Ladies and gentlemen, would like to call on Miss Veronica C. Alfonso, owner of VCI Cecilio Printing Press.
To the Honorable Congresswoman Lenny Robredo, Naga City Mayor John Bongat and Mrs. Bongat, Vice Mayor Nelson Legacion, to our guest speaker and historian, Engineer Ernesto General, to the Awards Committee Chairperson, Mr. Jose Barameda, to our co-mayoral mayoral awardees, distinguished guests, distinguished officials of the City of Naga, family, friends, guests. Maugmang hapon po sa Indulgabos. Ako po si Veronica Cecilio Alfonso, saro sa onseng aki ni Gaudencio and Maura Cecilio. In behalf of the Cecilio family, I am greatly honored to receive this prestigious Juan Q. Miranda Award bestowed on the VCA Cecilio Printing Press by the City of Naga on its 66th City Charter anniversary. This award is a tribute to our father, the late Gaudencio Cecilio Sr., whose love for history and literature inspired him to propagate Bicol literature through the Cecilio publications. Our father put up the printing press in 1946. He was ably assisted by Manoy Jose Albia, who stayed with us even after he passed away. Manoy Jose guided our youngest brother, Lito, kindly stand, Lito, in learning the business, in continuing the business, Solito is now the general manager of the VCA, Cecilio Printing Press. All 11 of us siblings finished our studies because of the printing press. But there was another child that the printing press nurtured through the years, the Bicol literature and the Bicolanos spirituality. Through the production of the Bicol novenas, it has become an instrument for deepening the faith and religiosity of the Bicolano. For over 60 years, up to the present time, these novenas help cultivate the habit of prayer and devotion to saints of Bicolanos. Our father was a pioneering soul in propagating Bicol as a regional language. The works of some pillars of the Bicol literature were published by the press. Among them were Luis Dato of Naga and Baao, Fortunato Reyes and Lorenzo Rosales of Naga, Rosalio Imperial Sr. and Alfredo Gitacan of Naga, Manuel Salazar and Antonio Salazar of Bombon, and Clemente Alejandria of Canacman. The various publications like novenas, stories, corridos, and almanacs reach different parts of the region as far as Sorsogon, Masbate, and Catanduanes, through the network of vendors who would sell them during fiestas and market days. Our father and mother would go on trips during weekends to replenish their stocks of novena and the like. Thus, this award is also a humble recognition of our father's contribution to the preservation of Bicol culture and literature. While Major Juan Miranda, for whom this award is named, fought for freedom from the Japanese invaders, the VCA Cecilio Printing Press will continue to move forward to enliven and animate the Bicol heritage. Our gratitude once more to the officials of the city of Naga for this affirmation that we are not alone in this advocacy. The VCA Cecilio Printing Press may be a small business venture, but it has a big heart for the assertion of the Bicolanos' identity. Mabuhay Kitagabos. Mabalos po.
Ang Naga Ngonian, mas pinakusog, mas pinahiwas na pagbabareta kan mga programa kan sa tuyang gobyerno lokal. Manlain-lain na mga kaaraman manungod sa satong syudad. Ang Naga Ngonian, kada Sabado tuyo alas 9:30 ning pagkaaga, kay basin da kakampi Alan Riondanga asin kakampi Nick Motos. Ang Naga Ngonian.